Good evening, YouTube. Pipe Lawyer here, coming to you once again from the computer section of the Manctuary, where I'm attempting to catch up with all of your videos from the weekend, while at the same time I'm attempting to create my own. And I'm thoroughly enjoying my Boswell Baby Jumbo 2 this evening, which is a pipe that I have normally reserved for aromatic blends, but tonight I'm using it for English blends, particularly Northwoods, and I'm thinking this is a good fit for English blends, so we'll see. But I hope you've had a good weekend. I've had a good weekend. Spent some quality time with Coach Girl, my girlfriend. We went to go exploring in downtown Atlanta and enjoy some of the hidden treasures within the Virginia Highland section of Atlanta, which is very, if you know anything about that part of town, it's kind of cultural, kind of, artsy, a little bit like Soho in New York City, which is where I'm from originally. And one of the things we did, Coach Girl and me, was go see a movie. After which we went to go have some really good Mexican food at a really neat Mexican restaurant, and then afterward we went to an Italian ice cream joint in the Virginia Highlands called Paolo's Gelato. And let me tell you, they make some of the best gelato I have ever had. So if you're in this part of town, check out Paolo's. But getting back to the movie, this video is a movie review of the film Salt with Angelina Jolie. And I gotta tell you, I've read a lot of what the critics have said about it, in print, and I've heard a lot of what they said about it on TV. And insofar as the movie keeps you guessing as to what side she's on, if she's with the good guys or if she's with the bad guys, that much is true. It keeps you guessing, which is really, your mind is where the action is, not just up on the screen. But as far as the pure raw action goes, it was an okay movie. I think that Angelina Jolie relies a little bit too heavily on her sensuality as a bargaining measure to, get you to look at her and, watch her fight or run with a gun or, jump from truck to truck or, drive down a highway into oncoming traffic the wrong way. All these are elements that you've seen in countless other action films previously. And because a lot of what was done in Salt has been done so often before, I can't really say that Salt really breaks new ground, other than, it's a woman now trying to be like, Jason Bourne, or, a slight touch of James Bond even. It's an okay film, but I seem to recall when this movie was called Lethal Weapon, or, Under Siege, or Die Hard. In today's crop of action films, it's getting harder and harder to do something new and fresh that's really going to engage the viewer. And the filmmakers, I think, are finally learning that they're going to have to do something other than, have larger explosions. But I think what they missed on with Salt is that they've taken an actress in Angelina Jolie who's done quite a few action films, with like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and just one of several that she's done, and put her in the, a kick-butt role. Whereas if you compare it to something like, say, Taken with Liam Neeson, who has historically been more of, a thinking man's, drama type of actor, who occasionally dabbles in action, but only so much. When you take someone like him, who's, more classically trained, and put him in a film like Taken, and then he applies his vocation to what is typically seen as, a red meat role, and gives it some distinction and class, that adds a nice little edge of freshness. I enjoyed Taken more than I did Salt. Now, that's not to say that Salt was a bad movie. It's not a bad action film, but it's just, it's more of the same. Done well, but, scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it maybe, 6.5, 7. You take a movie like, say, again, Taken, or even the Jason Bourne type of movies that have more plot development, more character development also. I think that while it may lessen the number of action sequences and car chases and explosions and so forth, I think when you spend more time trying to flesh out those characters and those plot lines, that when the car chases do happen, and the running with a gun does happen, it's a lot more exciting because it means a lot more. Salt is a good film. It had me guessing, like I said, as to whether she was one of the good guys or bad guys. I kind of guessed what the outcome would be, though, about the end, about midway through the film. So, Salt is good, but not as good as some others. So, if you got nothing else to do on a summer afternoon or evening, that's not a bad way to spend $10. And that about does it for Monday evening. Hope you all have a great day. I'll have a great week. Until next time, this is Pipe Lawyer saying cheers. And as always, I'll present the evidence, but you be the judge. Take care and God bless. Good night.